Okay, can we have a roll call, Daniel?
Yes. Mr. Lennon?
Here.
Mr. Hagopian is absent. Mr. De Palma? Is absent. Mr. De Palma here? I saw his son come in. He's absent. Mr. Lauer?
Here.
Mr. Renner is
Yeah.
absent. Oh, Ms. Renner is here. Mr. Petty? Is absent. Ms. Masella?
Here.
Thank you. Mr. McIsaac?
Here.
Mr. Brennan?
Here.
And Mr. Ferrara is absent.
Okay, first, tonight, one of our resolutions, 49-2023P, HHFT, Urban Renewal LLC, amended major preliminary and final major site plan. Do I have a motion to approve it?
I'll move it.
Okay, approved by Mr. Lennon,
Second.
second by Mr. McIsaac. Vote, please.
Mr. Lennon?
Yes.
Mr. Lauer?
Yes.
Ms. Masella?
Yes.
Mr. McIsaac?
Yes.
And Mr. Brennan.
Yes.
Okay, the second resolution, 57-2023P, LED on wheels major preliminary and final site plan with a C variance. Can I get a motion to approve?
I make the motion.
Okay, Mr. Brennan. Second, please.
Second.
Okay, Mr. McIsaac.
Mr. Lennon?
Yes.
Mr. Lauer?
Yes.
Ms. Masella?
Yes.
Mr. McIsaac?
Yes.
And Mr. Brennan.
Yes.
Okay, the next item, consistency review. I guess this would be Venus issue.
You need it.
Yes. Good evening, board members. I'm sorry. This is an ordinance. If you may recall, there was an application filed in 2022, 13-2022 MBM, and it is part of a general development plan. So if you all recall, Regency Center is the commercial component of the GDP, and to the rear side of Regency Center is the residential component, which also has Hovnanian, and then MBM is the multifamily townhouse development. What had happened is they had filed an application with the planning board. They were scheduled for a hearing. When I started reviewing the application, I noticed that the layout or the development patterns were quite outdated because GDPs were written way back like 30 years ago. There are only two GDPs in Old Bridge. One is Woodhaven and the other one is the Oaks development, which is this ordinance is a part of Oaks development. And what I realized is the design, the layout was quite outdated. Most of the units that were designed were more like garden style apartments, which was the planning of the 70s. So after issuing the first initial review, I started working with the developers to change, because anyways, they were coming in for an amended GDP. So we started working with the developers team to make it, to modernize the layout, to increase the amenities within the layout. So for example, now the newer layout would have pickleball courts, basketball courts. There would be 2 dog parks. Initially, that didn't exist. And the design of the multifamily was more to do with garden style apartments, which nobody really builds them anymore. So we worked with them so that we could add a story to the building, allow them 4-story along Schumeister Road, but that creates more open space and more play area, more recreational amenities, and we reduce the impervious coverage. So we have worked very hard on this ordinance for almost a year and a half, and I think what has come out is a better planning product. Our master plan had made recommendation 2 years ago that we should try and rezone these GDP areas, because one of the biggest flaws of these GDPs are that they have residential units, but they don't have bulk standards that address accessory structures. So if you recall, few months ago, I think it was like 3 months ago, I came in with an ordinance for the Hovnanian development because they didn't have a requirement for impervious coverage, and so pools and decks were not permitted. So these single family homeowners are now buying homes, but they can't put in a pool or a deck. So we created a zone for that section of Oaks as well. So now this is the second half of it. And I believe it is consistent with the master plan recommendation. The master plan had recommendations to resolve these issues related to the GDPs. And I think we're doing a great job because it really helps newer homeowners or people who are going to rent these spaces have a better living space. We will have a more modern looking development that will support the commercial use, which is within the Regency Center. So I believe it is consistent with the master plan, and I would request the board to affirmatively vote on it.
Okay, thank you, Vina, for that. Are there any questions from the members of the board?
No.
Accept my apologies for being late. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I'm sorry as well with my being on my phone.
Me
You're
too. I can't get on my computer.
Okay, Mr. Petty, did you have a comment about Vina's?
No, I think it's a good idea moving forward, because a lot of these people that are buying these homes and expected to put in pools and other things in their backyards, and then they're limited. So I'm all for it.
Okay, no, I wasn't sure if you came in time to hear that.
Nope, I
Okay.
did. Thank you.
Anybody else? Any other comments? Okay, can I get a motion to approve it?
Yes, Chair Laura, just in connection with that motion, it is a motion to deem that the ordinance is consistent with the master plan, and there was a resolution that was also circulated in connection with that, similar to the other resolutions that we have adopted in other consistency reviews. So I just make sure that the motion to approve is to, one, deem it that it is consistent with the master plan, and adopting the resolution which we put forwarded to the governing body.
Okay, thank you. Anybody, a motion?
I'll move it.
I'll second.
Okay,
I'll second it.
okay, can we have a vote on that, please?
Mr. Lenny,
Yes.
Mr. De Palma,
Yes.
Mr. Lauer,
Yes,
Mr. Petty,
Yes.
Mr. Casella,
Here, yes.
Mr. McIsaac,
Yes.
and Mr. Brennan.
Yes.
okay, Mr. Sedillo, do we open it up to the public now?
Yes, any general public comments, we open up at this point.
Okay.
We usually give it a few minutes to see if anyone raises their hand that's online or participating, or if they call in.
Is there anybody called in right now, Vina?
No.
Okay. Then if there's no one calling in, there's no one online, then we can move along.
Yeah, there is no one.
Okay, I guess is a adjournment for now, and then.
Actually, we have to move into executive session for a brief discussion regarding the Alferi litigation. So we need a
Okay.
motion, a second, to move into executive session.
Okay, motion to move it.
Move it.
I'll second. Good.
So I
Second?
believe the TV, Jacob needs to.
Anybody there?
Yes.
Yes, we're just
No, I-
waiting to make sure to officially be able to adjourn. We need to do it technically in the
You know,
public session.
I didn't know that this
Okay,
was
yeah,
a
we
Zoom
are,
meeting.
we're back live.
We're back on public session, so now we just need a motion to adjourn.
I'll motion. I'll second.
Mr. Lennox,
Yes.
Mr. DePalma,
Yes.
Mr. Lauer,
Yes.
Mr. Petty,
Yes.
Ms. Pasella,
Yes.
Mr. McIsaac,
Yes.
and Mr. Brennan.
Yes.
Thank you so
All
much.
right. Thank you very much, everyone. I appreciate all your time.
Okay.
Good night.
Day.
See you next
Good night.
Good night,
month.
everybody.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Good night.